Good morning, family, my brothers and sisters. It's a wonderful Sabbath, a wonder which everybody out there, wonderful Sabbath this day. He gave us one more. Everyone He give us, I am truly grateful. Brothers and sisters, today I wanted to talk to you about the subject today is it's a mild subject, but it's removing unclean spirits. Removing these unclean spirits is important today in this world because we know we're at the time of the peak and Hasatan has but a little time. So uh, the spirits are going to rise in great numbers. I mean, they're already here. Let's be correct. Stand corrected. So before we start, I'm going to just say a little prayer and, and I hope we reach each and every last one. Father, Abba, I come this day, Father. I come in prayer. I come in hope for my brothers and sisters throughout the diaspora. Father, I pray you touch their hearts and their minds. Father, remove all unclean spirits amongst them. Show them the righteous way. Show them your way. Father, I pray for their health, their well-being. Father, I pray that they come to the truth in you and only you, Father. That your way will be their way. That they will truly understand what it means to love you, Father. Father, I pray that they are financially taken care of, physically taken care of, emotionally taken care of, socially taken care of. Father, I pray that your will be done. And if it does not coincide with man, then so be it. Father, I pray for not comfort, but truly your Ruach in this body. Father, I pray that I serve you well. I pray and I thank you for your son, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, who died for us, my King and my Savior. I thank you for the angels, the messengers, Father, who are obedient unto you, that they may serve you and do your will according to you, Father. I thank you for them as well. Father, I just want to thank you for everything. The water, the water kaya ha, the water kaya ka, the water kaya cow, the water kaba ya the ba. And all I just said, Abba, is thank you for your word. Thank you for your strength. The water kaya kai, thank you for this life. The water kaya saiwan, thank you for this peace. Father, I just thank you for everything. Without you, I know I am nothing. The water, Abba. Halaya, halaya, halaya. Amma. Now, today, brothers and sisters, like I said, today I wanted to talk to you about removing unclean spirits. Now, I think before you start any lesson, you got to get an understanding of what is an unclean spirit. Now, and I know a lot of people have a lot of different definitions what they believe is an unclean spirit, but we got to get on one accord, on one understanding of first the basis of the lesson, unclean spirit. Now, if you go first, if you go to the Blue Letter Bible, and I know some of you may prescribe from it, that's your choice. But if you go there and you read we go to the concordance, you look up word H7307. That's Ruach, which is the word spirit, H7307. And it will give you definitions such as a spirit or wind or breath or side or mind or blast or bang or air or anger or cool or courage and miscellaneous, and it will go on and on. And it's so, the word spirit, because spirits can come in different forms. It can come in anger, it can come in coolness, it can come through the wind, it can come through the breeze. When people say have a spirit of jealousy on you, they have a spirit of lying on you, have a spirit of happiness on you. Spirits are not necessarily all negative. You can have a spirit of joy. You can have a spirit of true love, but it's an essence that you have that can be seen or can be felt. Now, I'm going to say it can be seen or can be felt. I want you to think about that. If you ever see somebody and they're truly happy, you can not only see it, but you can almost feel it. It's real. So we can have a lot of spirits on us. Now, unclean. Now, the word unclean is tomar. Tomar. Now, tomar can mean uncleanliness or, of course, uncleanliness or a filthy mass. Unclean ethically or religiously, a ritual or a local nation. Because, the children of Israel, the other nations were considered unclean sometimes because some of the practices they kept. I mean, they eat pork, and so a lot of things you can't be around them at certain times. They eating pork. They eating big old pork sandwich, and they got pork grease all over their hand, I'm telling the truth. They got a big old pork chop, and they chopping that down, and the grease running all down their hand, and they want to reach out and shake your hand. You don't supposed to be touching pork. They become unclean. Even when a woman during a menstrual cycle, because of her blood, she becomes unclean. So unclean has more than just one meaning. But when I'm talking about unclean spirits today in general, I'm talking about the negative spirits, the demons, the children of the children of the fallen angels. I'm talking about all the unclean wickedness that is around you. Now, how can you cleanse yourself of that? Now, don't, brothers and sisters, don't get me wrong. Unclean spirits are never going away, because not until judgment day. That's part of the curse. To roam the earth, to not be able to taste, to not be able to feel. So that's one of the reasons why they so angry at you, brothers and sisters, because they forced to say down here they can't taste, they can't feel. And they see you enjoying, I don't know, maybe you enjoying a big old hamburger or something, and they can look at you and enjoying it, but they can't enjoy it. They can't feel it. Yeah, they're angry at you. They're cursed. So they're not trying to help you. They want your destruction. You have something they can never have. They can never have. They're jealous. They're angry. All those things they are towards you. So these unclean spirits are here to destroy you. A lot of these spirits are here. So brothers and sisters, you got to be realistic. You can't lie to yourself. You always got to be honest with yourself. I always tell people, why lie to yourself? It's you. So if you tell yourself the truth, then you can start repairing yourself. You accept yourself the way you are, but you don't have to stay that way. You can still make those changes in your life to make yourself a better person. But you first got to acknowledge You first got to acknowledge that that is a fault in you. You cannot defeat unclean spirits until you first acknowledge the faults in you that need to be repaired. If not, the unclean spirit is going to be in your thoughts, and they're going to be in your minds, and they're going to tell you what you want to hear so that they can stay. Now, if you know you have a problem with something, it doesn't matter what it is, and you know it's unclean. If you're smoking, and you know that you don't supposed to violate your temple, or but you say, you know what, I'm going to stop smoking. That's a good step. So you start to stop smoking. Then Hasatan say, you know what, it's okay. Your mom smoked, your dad smoked. They lived 100 years. They lived 80 years. Why can't you smoke? You know, he always going to encourage you in some form or way to justify the stay in you. He'll even tell you stuff like, you know what, no, just don't stop smoking. You know, smoke a cigarette a week. But you got to get smart. You got to understand and recognize these unclean spirits. The scriptures didn't say I'm not going to defile my body sometimes. He said you do not defile your temple. He didn't say, oh, just do it sometime, or maybe not, maybe not. He was just, do not defile your temple. Now the devil gives you, Hasatan gives you all these other excuses in between. As brothers and sisters, you got to start getting smarter. You got to start using wisdom. He always going to want you to continue in whatever uncleanness or sin that you're doing. He always going to give you a justification. He do not want you to quit. Now I have a couple verses here in reference to the unclean spirits that I just want to read. I'm going to go to Luke 11, and I'm going to read 23 through 26. Luke 11, 23 through 26. If you want to read along with me, I would appreciate it. I think you should always read these verses on your own so you can get an understanding. I'm going to say this, and I always tell my brothers and sisters, don't believe nothing I say. Do your study to show yourself approved. That's how you get a great foundation in the word. And later on, we'll talk about the light and how you fight against these unrighteous spirits, which is important. A foundation, a strong foundation is important. Luke 11, 23 to 26. He that is not with me is against me, and he that gathereth not with me scattereth. When the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through a dry place, seeking rest, and finding it none. And he said, I will return unto my house whence I came. And when he cometh, he findeth it swept and garnished. I mean, you cleaned it up. Then he goeth he and take to him 7 other spirits more wicked than himself, and they enter in and dwell there. In the last day of that man is worse than the first. Now, let me explain that to you. He's basically telling you, you can get rid of a spirit and you can get clean. But he's going to come back if you let him in. And if you let him in, he's going to bring the party. He's going to bring 7 more wicked spirits that was even stronger than the first. So when you get rid of any unclean spirits in you, you got to understand he's going to come back because he has no rest. He's just roaming the earth. And if he was comfortable in you, he's going to come back in you. But this time he's going to bring more people, more wicked, unclean spirits. And that could be, you can get rid of the spirit of jealousy, and you say, you know what, Most High, help me get rid of this spirit of jealousy. and you maintain it for a while, but you still open to it, and it comes back. It's going to come back with 7 more wicked spirits. Not only you have the spirits of jealousy, you probably have the spirit of envy. You may have the spirit of lust. You may have the spirit. They all coming to have a party inside of you. So when you get rid of any unclean spirits, you have to know how to maintain that foundation, and you got to know how to keep repelling them. And when they come back, that door that he came into, instead of having one lock before, you should have 10. He shouldn't be able to walk back in. You should have took the key from him when he left. Now, if these spirits can come in and out of you when they choose, you still giving them the key. You let them go. You may fight them off for a minute, but you're giving them the key. Don't give them the key. When you put them out, say, I'm done with you. I will see you coming a mile away, and when I see you coming, I'm going to rebel you with the word of Most High. I'm going to start paying attention to my behavior, and I'm going to start paying to key words or key sentences or methods in which you use to enter me, and I'm going to rebel you before you enter in. Brothers and sisters, as simple as that. That's why the Bible said always be vigilant. He didn't say sometimes, he said always. Always mean always. So when the devil tell you, I'm just going to relax and I'm going to chill, I don't want to think. No. You have to think. You can't chill. He ain't chilling. Why should you? Hasatan ain't going to never chill. He don't care how tired you think you are. He don't care how frustrated you think you are. Oh, I don't want to do this no more. He loves that. That's more easy for one for him to wiggle in. But I'm going to give you a secret, brothers and sisters. The more you become more vigilant, the less you have to fight. Because you see them coming farther and farther away. Well, before you could not see them till they were right up on your door. But as you learn to be more and more vigilant about you, about who you are, and how you should fight, and how your brain works, and how your conscience works, and how you can fight off you. No one can help you with this but you and the Most High. This is a battle, a spiritual battle that you have to fight in your head. You cannot give it to somebody else. You can't give it to your pastor. You can't give it to your wife. You can't give it to your husband. You can't give it to your daughter. You have to fight this. You have to fight this. And it's not fun fighting it. It's not easy fighting it. And no, you don't have a lot of relaxation time. You don't. All you got to remember is one thing. He doesn't rest. He doesn't. Every thought you say, every minute you wait, every time you open your mouth, he's right there trying to put his negative input in it. He's right there to destroy and oppress whatever the situation is. He is not resting. So as much as you want to rest and feel like, I know, brothers and sisters, I get tired of fighting him every second, but I know I have no choice. That's what makes us burn and go through tribulations to be purified by gold, because the Father knows he is fighting us every second. We will get our peace in heaven. That's what he tells you. We will get our peace in the kingdom. Did he tell you you will have that peace here on earth? Not really, no. You can pray for peace on earth. To lighten up, give you some time, give you a little more peace, But true peace, the peace that the Most High is going to give you, you are not going to have it. That's the fight against the devil, Hasatan. Because when you get in the kingdom, you ain't got to fight him no more. Now you starting to understand, but not until you get into the kingdom. Now you gotta have a little peace in your house. That's two different things. But even if you're sitting in your house and it's peaceful, you're still fighting them. Even at that PC in your brain, probably telling you, worry about this or worry about that, you're still fighting them. The true peace comes in the kingdom. Here it's going to be tribulations. It's going to be little scatters of peace for a half a second or maybe an hour, and even then you're going to have to fight for that. It's just the way it is. Just get over it. I always tell people that. I'm sorry, I'm trying to be negative, but we have to get over it, and we got to learn that we're going to have to fight. We got to fight with our thoughts. We have to fight with our physical. We got to fight with everything. Our whole being, the whole armor of God, of Yah. That's why he said put on the whole armor. He didn't say put on the helmet and the... No, he said put on the whole armor. So that means armor is heavy. I'm going to give you an example. If you in the military and you got to put on all that gear, that is heavy. That is uncomfortable. It's not comfortable with all that gear on, but you're protected. So it's just like the whole armor of God. When you put on all that armor and you are alert, you vigilant, you ready to fight, you got your sword up, you ain't that comfortable. So when we sit back and we say, I just want to relax, you just took off your armor. I don't want to think, you didn't took off your armor. I don't feel like doing, you didn't took off your armor. You constantly taking off your armor, giving the Hasatan more ways to get in. You have to wear that armor, brothers and sisters. You have to wear it with pride, and you got to wear it with strength. And you got to always be vigilant. You always got to watch them. You always got to keep everything in this world. The world was given into the hand of the wicked, brothers and sisters. What more do you need to know after that? If the world is given into the hand of the wicked, the world is going to give you wickedness from every direction. He ain't going to stop one corner not to bring that wickedness into you. He's going to try. From the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep, to the movies you watch, to your phone, to your computers, to everything in your life, from your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your wife, everything. That is why we have to put on the full armor, and that's why we got to come into this truth. That is the only way we're going to defeat them. That is the only way we're going to reject. We're going to reject unclean spirits. Because one of the things we got to understand, people say you have some pastors and people say they can cast out devils and stuff like that, and unclean spirits. But we got to understand one thing. When the disciples came, Yahweh Shai gave them the power to cast out the demons. They didn't get that power on their own. Yahweh Shai gave them the power to cast out those demons. I'm going to prove that to you. So the power to cast out has to come directly from the Most High or Yahweh Shai. So that's why you have a lot of fake prophets around here. Now, if you go to Matthew 10:1, for instance, it tell you how the power was given by Yahweh Shai to the 12 tribes to cast out demons. Now, I want you to read on. This is the thing. I want you to pick your Bible up. So if you go to Matthew 10:1, it's going to tell you how Yahweh Shai gave them the power to do that. They didn't get that power on their own. That was specifically given to them by Yahweh Shai. So I wouldn't sit here and confess to you I can cast out demons and unclean spirits. No, unless the Most High or Yahweh Shai say, son, I'm giving you this power. I can fight my best to reject them. I can't even stop them from being around me because they were constantly always going to be around me. They are never going to go away because they're cursed here. They just roaming the earth. They seeking a temple to inherit. So they leave one soul and they're going to another. So let's get to the point of how do you reject these unclean spirits? Because this is what this class is about. But I wanted you to get an understanding of what the word spirit, the word unclean was. So maybe now we are on the same sheet of music. I hope. So how do you reject unclean spirits and keeping them from having the power in your life? That's what this is about. But you do it by simply this, by being the light of the world as the chosen that is required by the Most High. I'm going to repeat, by being the light of the world. Darkness can't hide in light. Darkness don't like light. If you take an animal that likes the darkness and you flash a flashlight in it, he turns away. Like darkness. Evil don't like the power of Yah, the light. So the more light you have in you, the more positivity you have in you, the more love for him you have in you. The spirits are around you, but they don't want to come in you. And you're too much of a hassle. You're too much of a fight. You understand? You're too much of a fight. The more righteous is you, the more you keep God's law, statutes, and commandments. They don't want to be bothered with you too much. Yeah, they're going to test you because that's what they do. But they're not going to test you as much as they test the wicked or control the wicked. They're not going to roam your thoughts as much as they roam theirs, because you can easily cast them out and reject them with simple words that are given by Scripture. And they don't like those words. Hell, they don't like positivity. One of the first things you can do as a person is start being positive. First step in rejecting unclean spirits. Start being positive. Think positive. Say positive things. And it's important to say them because words have power. Just like when people say negative things, it can bring a room down. Positive things can bring a room up. Just don't say the positive things in your head and say the negative things out your mouth. So that means you become a vessel for negativity for a room. You are only bringing the room down. Bring the room up. It's a beautiful thing when everybody can be chaotic and everybody can be down and everybody, that person come in and he says, we can get through this. We can make it. The Most High will carry us through this. That person, everybody wants to gravitate around. They don't want the person that says, "Oh, we're going to fail. Oh, it's going to fall down. Oh, it's going to be horrible. Oh, what about this?" Oh, that just brings everybody down. Me personally, it's hard for me to be around that. If I know the problems, I really don't need no one to bring them up. Why? I'm putting my faith in the Most High. I don't really need it. It doesn't help me none. I'd rather them, if they don't have nothing positive to say nothing at all. Let me repeat. Say nothing at all. If all that's going in your head is negative thoughts, keep them to yourself. I already know what can happen. If I fall in a hole, I know I can break my leg. I know I can die. I know I can injure myself. I know what's going to happen. So I don't need no one to come up to me and say, "Oh, you fall in that hole, you're going to break your leg, you're going to break your leg." I know that. There's so many holes there. Why do I know that. I'm past 2 years old. I know that probably. That's just an example, brothers and sisters. It's just an example. Now, I'm going to talk to you about being a light unto the world, because being a light unto the world is important. You go to Philippians 2:14-16. Philippians 2:14-16. And I'm going to read it. And I usually don't like reading too many. I just like giving you the scripture so you can read on your own. But it says, "Do all things without grumbling and disputing, that you may be blameless and innocent, children of Yah without blemish, in the midst of crooked and twisted generations, among whom you shine as a light in the world, holding fast the word of life, so that the day of Yahweh Shai I may be proud that I do not run in vain or labor in vain." Do y'all understand what he's saying? He's telling you, go through life without bickering, without grumbling, without don't be like the world. Because if you tell me that you have the light of the Father, that means you know everything is going to be okay, no matter what the situation is. And if you're not showing that, if you're the one sitting up there gropping and grumbling and oh, woe is me, the world will fall apart. Where's your faith? Now you can say all day that I have faith, but soon when it fall apart or it's not going your way, you start doing this, you diminish your life, your light tremendously. Someone may be watching. See, this is what the devil do. He wants you to do that because if somebody's watching, and they're always watching, because the devil going to make sure the person that needs to see you without the faith, they're going to see it. So when they looking at you and they say, "I thought that was a brother, an Israelite brother. He's scared. He's more scared than me. I thought he's supposed to have the faith of Yahweh Shai, the faith of Yah. I thought he's supposed to be fearless. Like the brothers that went in the lion's den. Like Samson. We supposed to be fearless. Like Esther and all the sisters in the Bible. Like Judith. We supposed to be fearless. We don't supposed to grumble. We don't supposed to be doing that. We're supposed to be the sons and daughters of the chosen. We're supposed to be the light of the world. When everybody else is panicking and running around, we are the ones that standing there saying, "All praises to the Most High. Let His will be done." We're not the one crying. We're not the one complaining. We're not the one bickering. We're not the one. And it's not that we don't care. Our faith is just stronger than that, and our will and trust is so much in Him. We know the outcome. It's going to be fine. We don't waste our time giving unclean spirits power. When you give unclean spirits power, how do you do that? You do that by that spirit of anger. You're giving it power. You get angrier and angrier and angrier and angrier about something that you can't control. You're giving them power. Spirit of jealousy, you rolling in it, and the guy getting more and more, you getting jealous and more jealous. You're giving them power. You are giving it power. Don't think you're not. You are. Well, I don't like it. Well, okay, you don't like it. God. Can you do anything about it? No. Are they wicked people? Yes. Move on. The Most High will take care of it. He said, I will take vengeance for you. Give it to him. Look at him and say, well, I'm sorry for you. You messing with a chosen child of the Most High. And he does not like that. But he will reject my vengeance. I actually feel sad for you. I'm not even angry. I actually feel sad for you. Because I understand my vengeance is weak. His is powerful. So whatever he give you will be 10 times more than what I would give you. So I'm not angry at people when they do me wrong. I look at them and I say, you know, I'm going to pray for you. Because the Most High loves me and I love him. And he don't like no one messing with his child. That's what I tell them. I'm not angry at them. I'm sad for them. Now when you get that thought in your head, it makes you understand you're stress free. You're not worried about how you're going to get somebody back. And how you're not even worried about it. You know the Most High got it, you're done. I call you move on to the next thing. And you should seriously pray for them. When people harm me or try to harm me, I always pray for them. People say that's crazy. No, I pray that my father don't do what he does when he messes with people with his chosen. Because I know people are wicked by mind, and a lot of times they have unclean spirits on them, and they just don't know it, and they can't rebuke them. They just wicked by heart, some of them. But the Most High will take care of them. I'm going to give you another one. 1 Peter 2:9. But you are the chosen race, a royal priesthood, a Kodash nation, a set-apart nation, a people for his own possession, that you may proclaim the excellence of him who called you out of darkness into the marvelous light. What are you trying to tell you? The excellence of him. You should always project the excellence of him. The excellence, the kindness, the goodness, the strength, the power, the faith, the light. The light. It's a beautiful light. I do my best to project his light because it's his. It is not mine. And that start with keeping his law, statutes, and commandments. That start with loving your brother. That start with even when your brother do you wrong, you can't turn the cheek, especially you're supposed to be within our 12 tribes. And then you can pray for them. That is important. Not holding grudges inside of you that's balling up, turning into like pits of lava inside you that's growing and growing and growing. I'm going to give you another one about the light. Matthew 5:14 through 16. You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on a stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. Your light, just like I said earlier, when you walk in a room, people will know you have positive views. People will know that you're not going to bring the room down. Something go wrong, people will look towards you because they know you're going to bring a light that the rest of the people don't. They know you're not going to go negative. They probably know it's impossible for you to really go negative because you have the light in you. And the light don't like darkness. So if the light is in me, there's no hidden dark spaces in me. The light is shining throughout my temple. And unclean spirits don't like the light. It's the light. It's that ruach that he put in you that brightens the room. But if you walk around depressed, you walk around sad, you walk around looking for, I'm going to fail, I'm going to fail. Those are spirits. Walk around with your head up. I'm a son or I'm a daughter of Zion. I'm a powerful being. I'm the chosen. Hell, everything ain't gonna go my way. It don't supposed to. I supposed to go through fire. I accept it. So when something don't go my way, so be it. I just figure out how to work through it. Father, you give me another task. You're giving me another tribulation. You're giving me another challenge. All praises to the Most High. I will take this challenge and I will do it according to your will. All praises to the Most High. I'm not going to grumble over it. I'm not going to complain over it. I'm not going to whine over it. I'm just going to say all praises to the Most High because I know you're going to carry me through. That's it. And I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, this is what you need to do. Unclean spirits are not going away. They were designed to. They have a purpose. And they are around you. So acknowledge that first. Do not sit ignorantly in a room talking about there's no spirits around me. There's no negative spirits in me. Now you're lying. That's a devil's lie. You can cast them out. You can reject them. They ain't going nowhere. They may still be around you. But you don't have to let them in. I tell people this, and I'm going to let you brothers and sisters go. You can set up a living room for you for all these unclean spirits. What do I mean by that? They can sit inside your temple and you can build them a room and you can build them some couches and get them a big screen TV and they sitting and you enjoying yourself peacefully. Because you give them that comfort. You allow them to sit there. You allow them to be happy there. You keep that room dark inside you, so he likes the darkness. He watches movies, and he peek his head out the house inside your temple and mess your brain up as much as he can. He got a direct line to your brain. Right there in your living room in your house, in your body. If any unclean spirit going to be inside of me, he is going to be so uncomfortable that he ain't going to be able to just sit there and watch TV. I'm just putting it that way. Because soon I see him come up, I'm going to start giving him the word. That's the light. Soon I start seeing him peeking his head around the corner, he's going to be hiding in me. And soon, every place in my temple going to be lighted up. He's going to have to leave. He may try to hide behind this in my head, hide that. I see you, I see you, I see you. He may go from one area to the other, but I see you. Eventually, he's just going to get out and say, it's just too uncomfortable inside this man's temple. Let me go over to that guy right there. My buddy Joe is over there. He looks very comfortable. Hey, Joe, can I come over there? Come on in. That is what I want, brothers and sisters. But first, that start with evaluating yourself. That start with not lying to yourself. I always tell people this one thing. Go in the bathroom in a mirror. Look at yourself through the mirror. We don't like looking at ourselves too long. And talk to yourself about who you are. Seriously. Your good points. Your bad points. What is good about you. What is great about you. Things you need to work on. The unclean spirits that live in you. And why I tell you to look at yourself? Because when you look at yourself, you know you're talking to yourself. It's just not a conscious thing. And have that serious conversation. And the last part, do not lie to yourself. Be 110% honest. Because if you get in that mirror and you get in front of that mirror and you lie to yourself, you wasted your time. That's just another way God will tell you, it's okay. God. Again, maximum range for an excuse is 0. So when the devil starts giving you excuses, the maximum range for an excuse It's zero when the devil starts trying to justify it. You understand? I love you, brothers and sisters. I'm going to keep you in my prayers. I hope this reached someone, it helped someone, some form, in some way. I love you. The Father loves you. You stay safe no matter where you at. And let's start removing these unclean spirits that are dwelling within us. And let's start taking the key from them so they can come in and out. All praises to the Most High. All praises to His Son, Yahweh Shai, that He gave us to be our King and our Savior. All praises to the Most High. And thank the messengers that are obedient unto Him, to serve unto Him, to do His will. All these things I pray, Father. And I do pray for all those that hate me, or dislike me, or angry with me. I pray. Take care, brothers and sisters, and Salawam.